Welcome to The Explainer. If you're in manufacturing, your head is probably swimming with talk about AI and SEO. What's real, what's just hype? Well, today, we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you some clear, straightforward advice, straight from the experts at Google.
You're probably getting bombarded by marketing agencies with a whole alphabet soup of new terms. AO, GO, AIO. It's totally normal to feel a little lost, but honestly, don't sweat it. We're about to clear all of this up.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to tackle that acronym avalanche, hear what Google actually has to say, talk about why tricks are a dead end, and then get into the real opportunity for you as a manufacturer. Let's do this.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about this acronym avalanche. What are all these new terms, and do you really need to care about them?
You've probably seen terms like AEO and GEO popping up everywhere. But here's the thing. Google's own expert, Danny Sullivan, basically says, yeah, those are all just different flavors of regular old SEO. So while some folks are packaging them up as brand new services, they're really just part of the same thing we've been doing all along. So, with AI search shaking everything up, you're probably thinking, okay, what do I need to do differently now?
Well, Google's answer might actually surprise you.
When Google's own search team got together to figure out what new advice they should give creators for this new AI world, you know what they came up with? Nothing really that different. Seriously, their core advice has not changed.
And that's because their North Star, their guiding principle, has always been the same. Reward content that is helpful and satisfying for people, for human beings. They're not trying to reward content made to game an algorithm. They want stuff that's made for you and me. And that focus on people is exactly why chasing short-term algorithm tricks is just a losing game. It's a completely flawed strategy. You might hear some advice out there like, oh, you got to create bite-sized chunks for the AI. But Google says that's missing the point entirely. See, a trick might give you a little boost today, but as their systems get smarter and better at understanding what humans actually want, those tricks are going to stop working. It's a short-term play versus a long-term strategy. So, if chasing tricks is out, what's in? Well, for manufacturers, this is where a massive opportunity opens up. It's all about moving away from commodity content and really stepping into your expertise. Google uses a really simple example to explain this idea of commodity content. Think about the question, what time is the Super Bowl? It's a basic fact. There's one simple answer, and tons of websites will have it. There's just no unique value there.
And here's the kicker. Nowadays, AI can just answer that question directly. So if your website is full of content that just answers those basic, generic questions, you're competing in a space where you have absolutely no advantage. You're just another voice in the crowd.
So what is the number one thing Google says they want to see from you? Original content. Content that provides your unique take, your experience, your expertise, the kind of stuff that only you can provide. Okay, that's great in theory, but how do you actually do that? As a manufacturer, how do you really demonstrate that mastery and make yourself stand out? This right here is the golden ticket. You've got to shift from just telling people things with text to actually showing them. We're talking about first-hand videos from your factory floor, authentic shots of your machinery in action, getting your own team's expert opinions on camera, in-depth product demos. This is how you prove you're the real deal. All right, let's bring it all home and put everything in perspective. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the fancy frills, it's about having a solid foundation.
So before you get bogged down worrying about every advanced technical detail like structured data, you have to nail the basics. Number one, above all else, helpful, high-quality content for humans. Number two, a website that's just easy to access and use. In fact, Google says plenty of successful sites get by just fine on those two things alone.
So the big takeaway is pretty simple, isn't it? Stop chasing the acronyms. Stop looking for tricks. Start showcasing the incredible expertise you already have. So you've got to ask yourself, is your website just a fancy digital brochure? Or is it a real testament to your mastery? Because for the manufacturers who get this right, the opportunity is absolutely huge.